I hope I'm back. But I was saying, about how people leverage their credit, use debt to be able to purchase assets or what have you. And they started talking about how what all the information that they were told about finances and about money, they've learned it to be the wrong information. And so my message to you is, um, what financial playbook are you reading from? I can't stress enough that some people don't know what they don't know. And the reason, and I don't say that to as a cliche, but I say that from a place of, if you are only exposed to certain type of conversations, certain types of level of individuals with income, you are only going to have financial information at a certain level. If you are currently making 40,000, 45,000, 50,000 from a job, not to knock jobs, but understand the level of conversation. How are you doing, Connie Guzman? Going back to what I said, people around you make a certain income, live a certain lifestyle. You are not going to have conversations of people who make, glad to hear that. I'm blessed as well. You are not going to get the same level of conversation from people who make $40,000 and $50,000 per month. Did you hear what I said? There are people who make $40,000 and $50,000 per year. There are people who make $40,000 and $50,000 per month. Do you really think that the level of conversation is going to be the same? It's not. And that's why I said some people don't know what they don't know. Because a lot of times when people are struggling financially, they assume everyone is too, that everyone around them is struggling too, because that is what they're around. Remember, they make 40 or 50,000 a year. Everyone on their job is robbing Peter to pay Paul, waiting for the next paycheck. And so they are around a certain level of conversation. It's not until you enter the realm of getting around people who make 40 and $50,000 per month. And so that's why I asked, what financial playbook are you reading from? See, many of us have been given a certain playbook because, hey, how you doing, Yolanda Boyer? It's because that is all our parents had. And I can even speak for myself. As I went into adulthood, maturity, started to live on my own, trying to understand how money works, how credit works, how debt works, I was given a playbook based on my mother's understanding of finances. And although my mother prided herself of having good credit, my mother always had good credit. Didn't have a lot of money, but had good credit. See, she only had one level of understanding when it came to money. Because the other side of the coin is, as good as my mother's credit was, she didn't know how to flip that credit to be able to build wealth. So it goes back to what I said. Some people only have a certain level of information. And so even though I came from a financial background where my mother had very good credit, I still made a lot of mistakes financially. That's how I end up getting and talking about credit and debt management, is based on my own mistakes. So one may ask, well, if you came from that, then how did you make those mistakes? Well, the reason why is because I didn't see I didn't understand what was the advantages of having good credit if we were still in the conditions that we were in. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, we didn't live in a projects. We didn't live in a rat or a roach infested home. I did live in an urban area. Grew up in, the city of Newark in New Jersey. And although it was an urban area, um, I didn't really see that, oh, okay, my mother having good credit, this is the lifestyle that we can get from having good credit. So I didn't, hey, how you doing, April Coleman? So I didn't, I only had one level of understanding. So that's why I said, you don't know what you don't know. Fast forward of course, many years later, I'm now in my 40s. I've been exposed to a lot of things. I have worked, I have been self-employed. And what I have noticed at 40 plus years old, as I talk to people on a daily basis, that a lot of people are reading from the wrong financial playbook. For example, I'm currently in a real estate mastermind locally here in New Jersey. On the low level, it's $2,000. So, hey, how you doing, Miss Latanya, Coach Deloach? I pay $2,000. I'm in a mastermind. I hope I didn't lose you. I had a few things going on. Connection is bad, and my phone was ringing. I'm going to be real fast with this story. Monday night, we have our mastermind. Currently in the mastermind is a gentleman who runs it. We are in his office building where, you know, we have this meeting. It is his office. He's a very real estate investor. And last night he was sharing with us how so many people do not go into the game of real estate or go into investing in real estate is because they think they need credit or they think they need money. And he said that I can financially show you that you don't need it. And the reason why I know this is because I know I did it. So when people hear things like no money down, you know, investing in real estate, goes back to the playbook. See, some people have a playbook where that ain't even in it. And if they've never been exposed to it, they've never heard it, things are going to sound scammy to them because they're dealing with a very elementary level of a financial playbook. Whereas this gentleman is talking about, and let me share with you the power of creating a legacy and wealth for your family. This gentleman is in an industry, or should I say, he has a business where he can employ his family. Now, a gentleman I met last night is his cousin. His cousin is a former construction worker. He's worked for real estate investors. He's never had the courage to go out and do it himself. Now, of course, I don't know the personal conversation that these two cousins had, whereas a successful businessman or real estate investor who runs this meeting had with his cousin. But I rest assured, the cousin now works with him. The cousin said, we were talking last night, it was me and another lady, and it was the three of us talking, and he said, I left my livelihood. I had a livelihood of being a project manager, working construction deals for real estate investors. I left that. And the reason why, and I asked him, I said, well, what would give you the comfort of knowing, because I'm always asking questions, what would give you the comfort of leaving a job and to go into something where there's an unknown? And he said, because my cousin has a proven record of being a successful investor. He's done 10 plus years, and look what he has created. So right now, me and my cousin has entered an agreement where he is going to show me the work. I mean, he is going to show me the ropes, and in exchange, they will share the profit. And he said, I have to do it within 30 days. Exactly. So I'm glad that we're on the same page, Connie. See, the reason why he's able to do that is because, hey, how you doing, digital media, is because of the playbook. Because of the playbook. See, it goes back to you don't know what you don't know. Because if someone has a proven success record and they're telling you that if you follow my steps, do what I say, you can get the same level of success too. And of course, what comes with that? Of course, a share of the profits. There's nobody just doing it for free. So that's why I said there's always an investment to be made. So that's the investment. The investment is the successful businessman gets someone to work in his business that he is not paying. Most of the people there, he does not pay them. What they get is to learn from him in exchange for the profits. And along with, they get to build their real estate. Their financial playbook. So many of us have been given the playbook. In order to make money, you have to have a job. Not knocking jobs, but real wealth and real money. Yes, it's not a course. It's a mastermind, and that's the low level. So yes, $2,000. That's on the low end. I'm gonna be very honest. I came in at the low end, $2,000. Came in at the low end. I paid $2,000 to meet with high-level thinking people 1 day a week for an hour. We have an hour meeting where we discuss real estate, what we've been working on, and then after that is networking. And you best to believe me and that cousin, exactly. It's like mentorship. And I'm glad you said that, Connie. But the problem that people have is no one wants to pay for mentorship. They do not want to pay. The reason why because my thing is if you're not going to pay, you have to come to the table with some level of value. Exactly. Mentorship is priceless knowledge. Now, let me share with you what I'm going to do. I know that I have a lot of value. I know that I can find properties. I know he's looking. He told me himself. Within the next 30 days, I promised my cousin I have to get a deal. The cousin is not going to help him find a deal, the successful businessman. Now, he gave him some resources on how he can find it. So you best to believe this guy is talking to whoever he can network with because he has to get a deal. So how do you get mentorship from two people outside of the group? Is you have to provide value to them. And that's what I can provide. That's why I'm sitting in my car right now, because I just recently went to go see a house that I've had my eye on, and I'm going to share with him. I have about 3 or 4 properties that I'm going to share with him. I'm not a real estate agent. I'm just someone who can be able to put transactions together and create a check. And I did a video on that about how to create your own, how you create money. That's how you create money, So all I'm doing is providing one with the other. And from that, there is money to be exchanged. And that's why I said no one can put a price on information, knowledge, and a new skill set. But unfortunately, many people don't want to pay for nothing because they are still reading from a playbook that is only going to take them somewhere at a certain level financially. A $30,000 or $50,000 job is not going to help you produce $50,000 or $40,000 per month. You don't believe it? It does exist. It may not exist amongst the 5 friends that you have, but there are people out there in many other industries, don't just have to be real estate, that make $40,000 or $50,000 per month on the low end. That's on the low end. You're not going to get that from a $40,000 or $50,000 job. Not to knock jobs, but you're just not going to get it. Now, can a job provide you with a livelihood where you will have a roof over your head, food on your table? Possibly. But if you want a little more, you know, I'm seeing every day $40,000 and $50,000 is not going to get nobody out of no $200,000, $80,000 or $90,000 student loan debt. It ain't going to do it. Just ain't. Like I said, will you be able to live somewhere? Have a roof over your head? Yes, possibly. But $40,000 or $50,000 is not going to pay off $70,000 or $80,000 of student loan debt, along with credit card debt and your livelihood expenses. It's just not. And so that is my message to you today about the financial playbook. What playbook are you reading from? That's why I almost find it comical. And not even comical, I feel sorry when people don't even want to pay for something that is less than $50. It's sad, because this is what I'm going to tell you if no one else will. There is nowhere in life where you're going to pay a small investment and get a big return. Does not happen like that. Because that investment can be made many ways. It can be made with your time, whereas you got to put a lot of time in to get a big reward, or it may be monetary. You have to put up big money. But there's so many people who are trying to find how they can put the smallest piece of something in something big. And the reason why I know this, I had a conversation, and I'm gonna let this be it, with a gentleman last night. He's everywhere. He's trying to figure out this real estate thing, and he just can't. And one may say, well, he made the $2,000. Thank you, Latanya. He made the $2,000 investment, so he's doing something. Well, no, he partnered with somebody, so he came in with 1,000. He came in with 1,000. Somebody else came with another 1,000. So with that being said, he was talking to me last night when he asked me a few questions. Can I show him this? Can I show him that? I answered a few questions. But what I also was getting from him, because I just kind of listen to people, and he's like, I just want to figure out how I can pay the least amount of money and make a whole bunch of money. That's pretty much what he was saying. And I said, you know what? I don't even know where that exists at. I said, because I don't even know. Because I've never did that. There is nothing that I did where I've only had to put in this and get this. Like, it just don't exist. And so many people are looking to get this and want to put that, and it just doesn't exist. That's just like if I want to lose 50 or 40 pounds, there is work to be done. I have to watch what I eat. I have to exercise. I have to put the work in. There's no magic pill that I'm going to swallow that's going to take me to this. Like, it's just going to happen. So that's why, it goes the same way with finances. Like, no, people want to, like, we live in a day and time now where there ain't no excuses. Like, can nobody say, you being left out, you just don't know. The problem is that many people need to turn off the TV or shut down social media. And my thing is both are great if you are getting something out of it. Social media is great if you know how to use it to your advantage. Are you masterminding with successful people within social media? Social media is great. But if you're just using it to share what you ate today, share some fighting videos, that ain't gonna help you. So that's my message to you today. What am I, if you want to learn more about what I'm working on right now, the credit to cash flow program, and the biggest piece of it is you can learn how to rebuild your credit for less than $40. And it is a program that I'm leveraging along with some of the information that I have. But my do-it-yourself credit hub is still available, where there are videos for you to learn how to, repair your credit or what have you. Unfortunately, I'm not doing those live classes, but there's a library of information